The guns of August 1914. A world plunged into chaos.
So this is a platform called Haedra, and I thought it looked pretty good. So I'm going to show you what I gained from it.
Introducing Haedra Studio and Character 3.
So it looked pretty nifty. There's a couple different ways to do some really cool image generation stuff. It seemed pretty hardy, but I'm just going to show you a few of the samples that I use and talk about some of the limitations and kind of show you the interface and how to use it and kind of discuss if it's worth it or not. So, okay, so the first thing that I tried to do is I generated a AI image, and then I created a script from 11 Labs, and then I brought that audio script in, and I'm just going to show you a little bit about how I generated that real quick. So when you go in here, it's pretty simple. You have video, image, and then your library. Up at the top right hand corner, you got some credits. I started with, I think it was 2000, and what you do is every second or so of your generation takes credits. So you start off with Haedra Character 3. It does 3.5 to 7 credits per second of video. Then there's some other models which I think are probably a little bit better. Haven't tried those yet, but I did try Haedra Character 3, so I'm going to focus on that. So all you have to do is put in a prompt to describe how you want the movement to work. Give it your audio script and your image frame. So I'm going to show you kind of how this manifests. It's interesting when you bring in an audio script. If you're trying to make a video that doesn't have something like a character speaking, then you might run into scenarios. I'm going to try it a little bit more, but let me show you this example before we get into that. So,
Tau bending down. He bends forward at the waist, slightly bending his knees, and lowers his hands to place them firmly on the ground.
So this is an attempt to try to see if I can make an instructional video for a push-up. So what I did was I brought the character in, turned it into a video, then added a little bit of instructional text. So what I will give it a pretty good rating on is it's pretty good at taking the character's mouth and actually moving it and making it seem like they're speaking. So if you see back here in this one,
The guns of August 1914. A world plunged into chaos. 3 battles that defined the Great War.
so that's pretty good. Overall, though, if you have situations where you want the character to just be moving without the audio, I'll show you this one, this is one of the ones where I wanted them to be moving without the audio. And I even put in the prompt. He begins to lower his body by bending his elbows slightly, maintaining a straight line from head to heels. So when you watch this,
He begins to lower his body by bending his elbows slightly, maintaining a straight line from head to heels as he initiates the descent.
so that overall didn't really do what I was intending to have it do. So I wanted it to bend his arms, right, and go all the way down. So I will say on physical movements of this level of complexity, maybe still not ready yet. Now, one thing to note is this video right here, you'll see it's a minute 54. And when I did that, I had a short that I was building to use the dialogue from this. And it was overall, I didn't see that it would take so many credits. So it nuked my credits. And where you'll see this is if you go down and if you go and you upload everything, this will just say duration auto. Okay. And so the duration of any audio script that you upload will be the duration of the clip. So with that in mind, let me show you a little bit more about this. So the pricing for these credits. So you got to take your per second breakdown, but basically to make like 2 minutes or so video, you're going to be paying anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks, right? And it all depends, right? It depends on how many exact seconds are in your audio script. But to me, $10 per short or $10 per whatever for this type of feature, it seemed a little bit high. It is, really great for that type of thing. So, take your pick. But I can see how, you could easily, if you were to make like a few videos where you want a talking head, where you could burn up, maybe $50 very quickly just making a few videos. So for some people that's worth it, but for other people it's not. I just kind of want to expose the pricing here because I think that that's very, very important. So all things considered, the samples are pretty good. If you start out with some sort of preset image, I think that could definitely be helpful. You're going to want to watch out for having too long of an audio clip. That's a rookie mistake. You know, I went and signed up immediately, got blasted, ran through almost all my credits, right? So it does depend on what you're trying to do, right? So keep that in mind when you're exploring Haedra.